Hello everyone, my name is Washington and this is Hotwire TV where everything is hot. So today I'm going to speak about corruption. And what is corruption basically? Corruption basically is abuse of power for political gain. It happens in different sectors. It could be in private sector, it could be in public sector, and it comes in various forms. It comes in forms of embezzlement of public funds. It comes in forms of misappropriation of funds. It also comes down to things like bribery. So I'll discuss about how, as a movement, Hotwire plans to tackle corruption, because corruption really affects our economy since time immemorial. Since the time Kenya got her independence, we've been grappling with matters of corruption. Were it not for corruption, Kenya would be very far in terms of the economy, because corruption also affects the economy very negatively. So one, I'd say that as a movement, Hotwire looks to tackle corruption with a zero tolerance mode of operation, in that persons who are found culpable of corruption cases, they'll be uh, immediately uh, taken to courts, and if found guilty, immediately taken to prisons, because that's where they actually need to be. Kenya as a country should not be struggling or maybe stalling her projects, economically stalling because of individuals, because we all know Kenya is greater than every one of us. Kenya is greater than you, the viewer. Kenya is greater than me. Kenya is greater than the movement itself, and greater than each and every citizen, no matter the power that you hold. There's no higher power or higher office that can surpass the threshold, or rather the, the, the what word can I use here? No office is too high to condone corruption. Let me put it that way. Also, corruption affects delivery of services to citizens. It also affects the judicial systems, because you find you could be having a case or a legal matter that you want addressed, and when corruption infiltrates the judicial systems, you find maybe you have a case and you need a legal redress. You hire your lawyer, you go to the courts, you go to the judicial systems, hoping to find assistance or legal redress, but unfortunately you end up not getting the legal redress that you are seeking, because maybe the one you're in the tussle with has already bought out the judge. You've hired your lawyer, but then the complainant has already bought the judge. So that form of corruption already puts you as a citizen out of the equality balance of legal justice. It affects our service delivery also, in terms of maybe health sector, education, whereby you go to hospitals seeking treatment or the health care that you need, and since a person in power, or let me say government official, maybe assigned to run a certain docket, maybe the health docket, They have misappropriated the funds, or they have embezzled the funds, and they have diverged the funds into their personal accounts, maybe overseas, the Swiss accounts. When you go to the healthcare, you get diagnosed hoping to get the relevant treatment, but then you don't get the treatment because the medicines, the drugs are not in the hospitals. The money that was supposed to buy the drugs, they've already been diverted to other personal accounts, and you as the citizen end up succumbing. In the unfortunate case, you succumb to your illnesses, and it could have been an ailment that would have been handled in the initial stages by getting the drugs that was subscribed for you. Also, in the education sector, funds meant for education, find officials in the education sector, they have appropriated the funds. The funds could be maybe for school feeding programs, and in marginalized areas of our country, some of the kids in those schools actually go to school because they know they're going to find food in the school. Otherwise, they have no other reason to go to school, because they cannot go to school on an empty belly. They can barely concentrate with the studies. They end up trying to gather maybe wild fruits in the bushes, or maybe taking their family herd, the herd of cattle and domestic animals to the herding areas. They end up not going to school. And education being a backbone of society, when we have our young kids not going to school, equipping them with the knowledge, the educational knowledge that they need to transform this country further, or to also empower themselves in their future lives, they end up not getting that quality education that they should have got, were it not for that corruption. So now the best way to handle corruption, as the elephant in the room, is to first of all do a complete overhaul of policies that govern issues corruption, zero tolerance, and expediting cases that are corruption related. When you have a case leveled against you that relates to corruption, it should be given our top priority to solve them. It should be given time frames, like how political dispute cases are given time frames. You find maybe in presidential disputes, you find there's a time frame that has already been set, that the cases should be heard, and in maybe a duration of maybe 60 days, a verdict is out, and the case is over and done with. So for corruption, there is no point of having the cases going on for maybe 5 years, 10 years. There is no point in wasting all this time just to address a matter that is of national interest, that takes back the progress of an economy due to an individual. So those cases need to be handled very swiftly. You are found guilty, you're taken to prison, whatever prison, Shimolatewa. We have enough prisons for those kind of people. Shimolatewa, Kamiti, Manyani, Naivasha. There are many places for those people to be kept. And we also need to address that issue of legal systems. We don't take these people there as a total punishment, but a way of trying to reform them so that they can integrate back into society, well-mannered and well-cultured, for the future wellness of our beloved country, Kenya. Also, ways of handling corruption could be, we could use technological skills or techniques to handle corruption cases. We have platforms that are technology based, online based, where if mentioned individual in a corruption matter, the citizens are involved in a poll, and if the poll plays out against your favor, the polls should be run out across the country, so that you don't have bias, people saying that maybe an individual was targeted politically. Doesn't have to be the case. Citizens do a poll, and if they meet the threshold, then your file is opened, and the relevant legal procedure kicks in. So I'll just leave it up there for tonight, to allow for other speakers also to make their points on different matters that affect good governance in our beloved country. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Washington, and thank you. Keep it tuned to Hotwire TV.